Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you. Okay, so today we are going to start with AWS. Now, A for Amazon, we understand that, nothing great about it. So we have some sales going on, so just try it out on Amazon. Now, W for web. Web means internet, very simple way. That means anything which you get it from AWS, you get on the internet, website, app, something like that. And then S for services. Now, then you will ask, okay, I understood this. Amazon is a company name. Web means internet, website, app, whatever it is, HTTP. But services means what kind of services they provide. What kind of services they provide. So this question, if you are asking, then I'll say AWS provide in services like IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Next one is PaaS, platform as a
Platform as a
service.
service.
Yes, yes. And then FaaS, function as a service. And before that,
So,
SaaS, software as a
software as a
service.
service.
Yes, software as a service. Now I can add few more as actually, like uh, container as a service. Okay, many. I mean nowadays lots of as a service, something like that. So don't get into that. These are the primary. These three is primary: infrastructure, platform, software. So then you will say, Rajesh, what kind of services we have in EAS? So I'll put it in a very simple way. Do you want VMs? Yes, the same VM which you created yesterday. I mean last session. I think some of you have created, and some of you had a issue, so they were bugging me also. Virtual machines, but on internet, not in your laptop. So when we create a VM, then you need something, right? You need a CPU, correct? You need a RAM, and then you need storage, correct now? All of you?
Yes. Yes.
So this is
Yeah,
something,
that's correct.
yeah. Now understand this. When you create a VM, for example, think simple, always think simple. In your laptop, when you create a VM, how can you access that VM? All of you? All of
By
you?
So I
using
open the
cookies,
VM and I can write.
IP address, right?
I
Yeah.
Yeah,
And when we have IP address, that means it's using the home network, correct now?
that's
Home
correct.
network. So in that case, if you're creating VM also, then some networking needed. Yes, networking. And then security, because anything which comes on the internet, security. So at a high level, these are the foundation services, you can say. Infrastructure as a service, these are the AWS started with these services actually initially 2006 or 5. I don't remember the year exact one. So they started with it. So infra means here you get all the compute services. This we call it a compute services. Okay, this we call it a networking services and security services. And this services is a separate services which we call it storage services. Storage separate topic actually. Yeah. So these are the few topics, like I'll just name it compute. So you'll remember that. This is standard terminology. Any cloud you go, you will cloud you go, you will have this one. You'll have to get comfortable with it. So are you clear, all of you? So if you going to AWS for what? You're going for virtual machines. A standard keyword we call it compute. You're going to AWS for what? Storage. You're going to AWS for if you want compute and storage, of course networking will come along with that, and security has to be there. Make sense, right, all of you?
Yeah, makes
Yes.
sense. Sir, I have a quick question right here. For the cloud, right? Do you need any operating system or not?
So here the moment you say VM, how can we have a VM virtual machine without operating system? Have you created a VM last session without operating system? Tell me. VMs
No.
compute in it required some OS kernel. It can be Linux, Fedora, Debian, or Windows, different flavors, and Mac, whatever you need, right? Correct now?
Correct.
Okay. Now next one is platform as a service. So any idea? Can you give me some example for the platform as a service?
AWS is also like it's a platform, cloud platform, right?
No,
It's
no, no.
Azure. Azure.
This is different. Platform as a service means what?
Like if you're using a database on AWS, like RDS.
See, approach number one. Approach number one. You want to have a database server. Okay. You want to have a database server. So what should I do? So you will create hear me out. It's very simple logic. Nothing great about it. I'm not teaching you something out of world. It's very simple. Database, for that you need a computer. So you will create a virtual machines, and then after that you log into virtual machines, and after that you install the database server, let's say MS SQL or Oracle or Postgre, whatever it is, and then create a database, and then username, password, blah blah blah. Correct now, all of you? And
Right.
then this database information you will give it to the developer, saying that, hey developer, this is your database name, database host IP address, port number, and username and password. Use it for what? Application data to be stored in it. That's all. So that is a manual process. We do that. But you know what? Many people say, hey, I don't want to hire an administrator for it. Who should manage my database? So AWS saying, no problem. You manage my database. I will manage my database. I will manage your database engine. I will manage the storage. I will manage the compute. I will manage everything. Don't worry about that. Don't try to run that everything from scratch. Just you click on the one button and your database is ready. That's all. Yes, you have to pay for it little bit. That's okay, because anyways you don't want the database administrator to all do all the setup, because database, database administration also is a huge investment actually. If you are, some of you are from that team, so he must share that experience. Huge investment for the companies. So now AWS has offering many services such as database, okay, for users to just go and click and create a database. Don't worry about the compute, don't worry about the CPU, don't worry about the RAM, don't worry about the storage, don't worry about the availability, don't worry about this backup, don't worry about the snapshotting and many things. I will do that, means AWS do that. So they call it that kind of service, where PaaS, platform as a service, where they will manage the platform, you manage the data, you take care of data. Are you getting it, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
There are many app services they have it also. I'm not complicating, but they say, hey, you come to my platform and you build your applications, run it on my website, my place, and you don't worry about the runtime. So that can be. In fact, there is one company, Salesforce. I think you have heard about it. So Salesforce is also a platform as a service. ServiceNow, platform as a service. Ariba's platform as a service. So what you do, you go there and develop your applications for HR, IT, ticketing solution, this, that, and all kind of things. Okay, so now software as a service. So in a software as a service, what they say, uh, you don't have to worry about the infra, you don't have to worry about the runtime, you don't have to worry about the software also. You don't have to worry about anything, just use it. For example, Facebook, LinkedIn, Gmail. Are you worrying about how to run the Gmail, how to run the Facebook, how to run LinkedIn, Twitter, and all kind of things? No. So these are called software as a service. So they have a multiple software as a service. For example, SNS we have, SES we have, SQS we have, many email workstation workspace we have, many they have software as a service. Okay, now next one is function as a service. Anyone have idea what is a function? Function means you write a code, right? And there you write a function. Do you remember that, all of you? Function.
Yes.
Yesterday in the Python class, I told you how to write a function, right? So you want to run function, that particular code. You don't want to see in this function as a service simple way. How many times you are? Let me ask you. Simple. Understand this way. There is a app. I'll take you which brand.com/tools. Now here, if you see this tools which will convert any JPEG to PNG format. So let's say you need it sometime. How many times in a year you need that feature? Tell me. Tell me. How many times?
Whenever I need to convert the JPEG to into PNG,
Yeah,
so
on
I
an
do.
average in a year, you need 10 times, maybe 20 times, maybe 100 times. Correct now?
Correct.
Yeah. So you need 100 second of uses. That is the thing. Are you going to run 365 days and consume your CPU, RAM, and storage and all everything? Wasting your resources, right? Only 100 times means 100 seconds. So why to pay for full year, all the storage, compute in it and all? So can we have something like, okay, when you request, then only this program will run somewhere and then give you the output and then die. So saving lots of CPU and RAM, correct now? What do you think? All of you? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you
So
are audible.
that's called function as a service. So in function we and a service we have Lambda actually. Container as a service like Kubernetes, Docker, and all stuff like that will come. So these are the services. Now let me show you that one visualization for this. IS versus IS versus SaaS. That's a 3 is sufficient. Look at this one image. Hell lot of image you get it here. See here. On premises, you manage everything. You manage networking, storage, servers, virtualization, OS, middleware, runtime, data, application. When you offer the infrastructure service, then your vendor means your AWS will manage networking, storage, server, virtualization. Then you will decide which operating system, middleware, runtime, data, and application. When you go for the platform as a service, AWS will take care of networking, storage, server, virtualization, OS, middleware, and runtime. Then you will take care of data and application. And software as a service, they will take care of everything. You just have to consume the application. Make sense, all of you?
Yes.
So this is called cloud model. Okay, great.
Yes.
So now we understood that at AWS we'll get all the services. How many services they have? They have 5,000 services.
5,000.
5,000 services. Yeah, 5,000 services they have. Out of which, probably I must be knowing around 300 max. From last, I'm working on AWS from last 15 years, 10, 12 years plus. 300 max. So why I'm only using 300 out of 5,000? Any reason? Any reason, guys?
because because whatever you need, you use it. So
Yeah, simple
on
rule.
that time period.
I need certain services, I use it, and I know that. So here, AWS is not only provide the services for you. Remember, you as a like a DevOps engineer, they provide the services for everyone: programmers, architect, administrator, security guy, satellite industry, mobile industry, digital industry, software industry, robotic industry, machine learning, AI, data industry, you know, robotics, I said, I think, mechanics industry, every industry which you can name it, they have a services for it. But we are using most of the time these are the services. Okay, so hell lot of services they have it. So now the question is, okay, fine, they give you all the services. How to get started? Now this is something you have to do using, go to the AWS and try free tier. Now you have to create an account. It's a free account with the email address. Only thing is you have to feed your credit card. Okay, so now some of the services which is free for 12 months, some of the services which we hardly use it, always free, hardly. And you see here they have divided: top product, compute, database related, storage related, container related, web and mobile related, serverless related, ML related, and many more. Hell lot of you, these all are category. You see that here: one page, two page, three page, six page, hell lot of services they have it. Now you have to be very careful. You have to create a free account, and this free account is for 12 months. And what is free in the 12 months, then you should be little bit studying, actually, not blindly. You should use it. You see here 3 months, EC2 instance, 750 hours, it's free. And here, what is the version? This is the one. Amazon S3 5 GB is free per month. And this one, and all. So before using it, you have to little bit study this page which I'm showing on my screen. Tomorrow you should not come and say, Rajesh, because of you, I'm having the 10,000 rupees of bill. So if it is coming, the 10,000 rupees of bill, because of two mistake, I must tell you here. You have created some resources and you forgot to do what? Tell me.
Stop it. To run the stop it.
Terminate it. Yeah, please delete it. You
Yeah.
use that, and then you say, hey, it's Friday now, it's time to beer and all. And then Friday is gone, Saturday is gone, Sunday is gone, Monday, because we are blue moon, then Tuesday we'll remember, okay, 5 days is running. And then you have a heart attack. I have so many times like that. I did use something on Thursday and I realized on Tuesday. So don't do that. You will have a problem. So yeah, just spend some time here. Whatever I'm teaching you, for time being, you will use that resources. Once you get comfortable with it, slowly you will get a master's automatically. Nothing great about it. It's a website. No one has taught
Raj
you
sir,
how to use Gmail. No one has taught you how to do the Facebook. No one has taught you how to do the LinkedIn. So this is a website you will get to know immediately. Everything is just a matter of few clicks. The only thing is we should know the cost for it. That's all. Okay, so
Raj
this
sir,
is some.
excuse me, Raj sir, I have a quick question right here, right?
Hmm.
Uh, it's AWS cloud services, right? So in the background, how they manage it, they have like a different data center and they run their services, and then we get the services that they have managed it, right?
Of course, you run that small data center. Last session you run that. Your
Hmm.
data centers, you had it one compute, means one laptop, you had it limited one, and you created few VMs, maybe two or three. That was small data centers. So same thing they are doing with a different hypervisor at the large scale. You did it small scale, they are doing at the large scale and availing it through the website. That's all. So they are also
Okay,
running
so
hypervisor. They are also running
let,
hypervisor,
let
but customized one.
okay. Let's say so I'm running the some services on the Asia zone or like European zone or American zone or any zone of the service provided, right?
Mhm.
Those are the thing they have available, right?
Yes, yes, I'll discuss that, but just give me 5 minutes. I'm coming to that point. I'll tell you. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so now the question was how to get started. So yes, guys, if you have a credit card, you can register it here, 12 months free, many services. Look at the list of it, use it, run it, and then good to go. Now I'll tell you one of the secret. Okay, and this secret is something like this. Let's say sometime what happens during the 1 year of your uses, sometime if you feel like some of the resources have created by mistake, by mistake and then you have to pay for it. So you can, after realization this one, you can send an email to the customer service. Okay, customer service, and send that, "Oh, this is what it has happened. I opened this account for learning purpose. I was not expecting this, this what do you say, this bill. It has happened due to mistake. Can you please waive it off?" And they'll waive it off if you have a genuine things. It's not like they will see that your request, whether you misuse or uh, carelessness. So that way they will do that. So please remember that. So I told you the techniques also. So I have lost lots of money from last 12 years, but I have saved also using these techniques. And if the request is genuine, then definitely they will revert back that money to you. Make sense, all of you?
Yeah, we have to call them and then make
Not
sure. So
Yeah, you have to call them
first
or
time,
you send a support
yeah, yeah,
ticket through
first
the
time
web mail and all.
they refund it. So whatever we did mistake. So from
Yeah.
the second time, we have to really careful.
Yeah,
They
you
will.
have to be careful.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, guys. So all of you understood that how to get started. Any questions on this? Okay. Now next thing is, see, understand this way. AWS wants to offer their these all services worldwide. Worldwide. So now think simple first, okay? Think simple first. Uh, so let me create a world map. Okay, this is the world map, and here it is. By the way, see here, India map is wrongly depicted in this, so have a reservation. So please mind it. So I'm not promoting this map.
Take a look at another map. That's it.
Yeah, let
It
me.
will be better, Everybody
Yeah,
feelings. Right?
yeah.
I'm
This
from
is the name.
Nepal, but
Yeah,
whatever in the
yeah.
map, religion, those are things.
Okay. So now you see that here. This is the map now, and think simple always. Okay, always think simple. I don't want to use the complicated keywords and confuse you, but think simple. Let's say Amazon is from the USA and they have set up a data center in California. This is the California. Now you gone to California server and then you hosted your applications, and now you're accessing from India to this server. So tell me, what is the drawback? What is the drawback? And they, Amazon is claiming they want to offer the services to worldwide, each and every countries. So what is the problem here?
Latency might be one issue, maybe.
Problem
Yeah,
is WSL. It
mm,
comes like from the networking part as well, so to hosting the like authentication and authorization part, and then let's say
Yeah,
drop back is not like
yeah,
configured in the right way, so
yeah.
it's hosting on
So
their
let
part
yeah.
only.
So latency, is important one, right? Because if your server is slow, your, let's say, I'll put it in this way. If you're accessing, like, say, YouTube, and then it's buffering every time, then you will not use it, right? You know that. So latency, because of the distance, its hosted application is hosted here in this data center, and people are accessing from the India. That's a simple reason. So, and Amazon is saying, hey, they want to offer the service worldwide. Second thing is data privacy and data localization. Anyone would like to tell me what is the data privacy and data localization?
Uh, Data localization is the data stays on the locally, and then when we are sending to the database, and it should be goes to the server where is it hosting.
Yeah, but in this way, in here, that's a data localization means here India says, hey, all the Indian users' data should be in there in the Indian server only, hosted in Indian server. China says the same thing. China is more stricter than us actually. US also says, hey, all of my data should be there in the US servers only. So every country, most of the major countries like EU has a very tough rule actually. So they want that their data should be in the EU only, Europe only. So that way, how can you make sure that your data localization is there? So what has happened, AWS has set up, I mean, Amazon has set up data center at the multiple region. Now I want to show you this one region. What do we call it? Region. AWS region. And look at this. No need to go into detail. Okay, one region, understanding one region is sufficient. But what is the concept of region, you know that. So see, out of that we have a two regions right now. This is not depicted properly. We have Hyderabad also, and the Mumbai also, and few other regions also there. In USA and Europe there are too many actually. So these are the regions. So now you can host your application near to your, in any regions, near to the customers. Make sense, guys? All of you?
Yeah.
All of you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Wonderful. So now you understood that region concept. Nothing great about it. Simple. They have a multiple data center in different regions, and each regions are a different entity. Now you know what? Always think simple. Let me put it one scenarios for you, and you will realize that problem. So let's say this is a, why my no MS Paint is not coming. Now it's came. So here, this is the one region. Just imagine this is the one region, uh, out of multiple other region, different worldwide. Now let's say you have stored the data here. Think simple. They have stored the data here. And when I say data, that means not your data. Okay, when I'm talking the data, that means HDFC data, HDFC Bank data, ICIC Bank data, Paytm data, Uber data, Amazon data, Amazon.com data, or Flipkart data, Facebook data. I'm talking about that data. Just imagine. And suddenly, what has happened? It's in one data center, and suddenly terrorist bomb this. Tsunami came, flood came, earthquake came, or maybe something has happened wrong. So what will happen? Tell me. This whole data center is gone, right?
so yeah, whole data center is gone. For the security purposes, we have to keep in they might have the infrastructure for like keeping in the disks or something like in the city.
Something like that. For example, I'll put it in simple way. You have a data, some data in your laptop. What you do? You buy one external storage and keep it in a separate disk. Laptop stolen or corrupted, you have a disk, or Google Drive. You use it web nowadays. So same way, guys. Here you are hosting entire data in this particular place. So what AWS says? Hey, listen, we need some availability zone. Why availability zone? So if something is not working, others things will work. So what they did, they divided the region into the two part. Simple. They divided the region into the two part. What we call it? This one. This is called ages. Ages means availability zone 1, 2, 3, 4. So every regions minimum you have a 2 availability zone. It can be multiple also. In Mumbai region we have a 3, and some regions I have seen 6 also in USA region actually. So why we use the sorry availability zone multiple? So that means what they say, AWS is saying simple statement. Mind it. AWS saying, hey, you should not run your application only in one availability zone. You should run application in here and the VM here, and then create a load balancer of this and then offer to the customer. So what will happen? This customer will access if it is available here or here. If not available, at least one is available in this case. Available zone. One region divided into multiple zone for what? Availability, load balancing, backup, security, safety, or whatever region you call it. So AWS also using the multiple availability zone, and then you can also use it. Mind it, this region, mind it, here there's a very simple statement. This region is in a same network, but this two things which you see is separated in a different location. Let's say this is in Mumbai East and this is in Mumbai West data center, two different locations. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
Or or they call it Mumbai region, so one server is there in the Mumbai and another data center is there in Bengaluru. It could be different places. Okay, so now you understand that availability zone concept also. Are you comfortable, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now you understood this also. So let's get started. How do we log in then? I have account, so I'm going to log in. And if you see that I have already logged in, this is my AWS logged in. Okay. Now this is the login. Now if you click on the services, mind it, which is AWS S for services. Now if you see here, this is basically category. Don't say it's a services, because I said 5,000 services, right? Remember? So look at this here. Go from the down. Storage services, security identity services, satellite services, robotics services, quantum technology services, networking services, migration, media, management governance services, machine learning, internet, IoT, game development, front end, end user, developer tool, database, customer engagement, enablement. You need the toll free number. Toll free number, here you get it. Containers, compute, business application, blockchain. Look at this here. These all are category, domain, you can say, out of which we are hardly limited to 2 3 domains. One is compute, another is containers, and some of these developer tools. If you're a developer, this will help you. And maximum storage, that's all. Networking is free, so one of this. Out of this, most of this we don't need it. For example, robotics, I'm not working on it. Satellites, I want to work on robotics and quantum technologies also, but I don't know how to get started. So probably I'll start learning this year, and then probably next 1 or 2 years I will be completing my learnings. So yeah, this is I will share my blogs for this. Whatever I learn, I'll share with you. So yeah, this is the services. These are the category. Now in this topic, what is the first services? Tell me. Compute.
Compute.
Yeah. So now you go to the compute. Click here, compute. And where is that compute? Here it is. And now if you look at this, I showed you the category. Now you will see the subcategory right side. These all are subcategory. These all are subcategory. I don't need to know all this stuff. Only this one. And read it. You will understand that. EC2 means virtual
Elastic Cloud.
server, elastic cloud compute. And in simple way, just use it. I don't want to complicate. So virtual server in the
Cloud.
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 Simple. EC2. We call it EC2 in AWS. In VM, we call it in Azure. Instance, we call it in Google Cloud. But actually, all are virtual machines, virtual servers. Correct now? So this is the one which I'm going to use. So this is the one subcategory. Now I'll click on the subcategory. And now, guys, if you see here, let me look at it. Look at these hundreds of services again in this subcategory. and you need to learn most of the important one slowly, and based upon the need you can go ahead for more. So here you have a subcategory of only EC2 under the compute. Which region I am in right now? You see that I'm in the this region, North Virginia region, US East 1. And you look at this here also, you can look at this region. So this is the summary page
So
for
that's the
all this.
zone, right? Whatever we want to run in that zone, so we have that, right?
Yeah, you can select that zone based on the subnet concept. Oh, sorry, here. You can select, okay, I want to create here or both the places. You can decide while creating a VM, you can decide where you want to create.
So that based on the IP addresses, right?
Yeah, I will discuss on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So now we have got this understanding. We have got the login. We have got the little bit of idea about this. Now what to do? So now I will go for one by one. First, I'll show you the compute demo, then storage, then networking, then security, then database, then some of this and Lambda. So like this, you will go through this and some of the developer services also. We'll discuss about. So first thing, compute. So compute is equal to here VM. So VM, I'll show you first window Linux VM, create and how to log in and do whatever you want, and then Windows VM. So Linux and Windows. Okay. So look at my screen, all of you. So here, go for instances. Okay. And here, right now I have a 0 instances. You see that? Do you have exited now? And now this is the instances here. Many options are there: stop, start, reboot, have a net. So all these things you will get it. I know that, nothing challenges here. Slowly you will build its actions and launch instance what you want. So basically there are multiple types of server we have it. Don't get lost. Okay, right now idea is not to get lost in this terminology. We have a scheduled instance, dedicated host, reserved instance, saving plan, spot request, spot instance. So many types of instance we have at actually. So I would suggest you don't get waste the time here, because ultimately we are using one type of instance which is called on demand. That is little costlier, I mean, compared to other, but on demand. So if you see that instance type here is not coming, AWS instance type, and go to the image, and here you have all this type of instance, simple. But right now don't make any mistakes getting into the, okay, not this is not right page. No. uh, uh, just a second. Spot, reserved, dedicated. Right image was not coming, so I'm just trying to show you. Google search is not working properly. Okay, sorry. This is the one. So actually I was clicking but it was not getting clicked, not sure why. So these are the types of instance you have it. Okay. So regular one, spot one, optimized one, dedicated host, dedicated instance. Out of which this spot is the cheapest one, and this is a very costly dedicated host instance. And optimized EC2 is also very costly. Regular one like on demand. Okay. So these are the types of things. But right now I don't want you to get into this kind of complexity, because anytime, let me tell you here, till today I have not created these two type of host, a dedicated instance and dedicated host, because so costly. So most of the time they use it for the banking application, and most of the, if you have work on the banking client, they'll be having already. So you'll not create it like that. You will create this one, try it out, and then after that production will run on this, so like that. Okay, so now this is the one. So these are the instance type which you have. Now if you look at this instance type, it took some time to load it. Now this instant type, you have a CPU and RAM fixed, and architecture also. But here if you see T2 micro, only one CPU, this much of RAM. T2 micro, which is free under the free trial, one CPU, one RAM. 750 hours is free. So like that you can study here if you really want it. So that is a what it go. Okay, so come back to the points here. I want to create a VM, Linux VM, Windows VM. How do we get started? Click on the launch instance. Click on the launch instance. Now here decide this one. So name it Linux. One more thing, go slowly, read each and everything is just one time. I have read it, so I don't bother about it, but again please read it slowly and you get it. Now after naming it, you have to give the which operating system you want. So Amazon you have, Mac you have, and you can browse more AMIs, 65,000 plus AMIs you get it. So here if you see quick start, how much? 47. My MIs I have a zero. I have not created anyone. You can create. That's very easy. And here marketplace AMI 7778088 and community only 500. Actually, it got reduced, I guess, because in community, I remember in the Mumbai region we had 65,000. So we need to check in this region they have a less, and marketplace we have a 7,000 plus or something. So quick start, which one you want, anyone which you want, go for it. Ubuntu I'll go for it, 20, select. That's all. So here I give a name, here Ubuntu, and what is the type here? CPU and RAM you have to select, depends on this. I'll go for T2 macro, though for me it's not free because this account is little older. But if you go for free trial which is under the 1 year, free trial eligible, here you have a tagged with, and you this will become a free. But if you go for the higher one, let's say if you go for T2 large, which is 2 CPU 8 GB RAM, it's a paid one. So you have to decide, okay, how much it will cost me and cost you. And also you can see that how much dollar it will charge you per hour. Here I don't know whether this font is visible to you or not, but I can see it. This one on demand, this all of you, hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now guys, here third section which you see is a key pair. What is that? So key pair is important, mandatory. Okay. Now the question is, what is that? So let me put it in this way. Uh, for logging into the Linux or Windows, what do you need?
We need login ID and password, user ID and
Password,
passwords.
user ID
So
and
user
password. But
ID
you know
with
what?
the key and the
Yeah,
value with the password.
yeah. But you know what? In AWS, they don't give you the login ID and password for Windows also and for Linux also. So what they give it to you? They give you the private key pair. Private key pair. Key pair will have one private key, public key. Public key they will keep it. AWS will keep it with themselves. Private key they will give it to you. Private key they will give it to you. Are you understanding?
So
Yes.
public key is like they will give it to us or we're gonna create it.
No, no. Public key they'll keep it with themselves. Private key they'll give it to you. So private key is a very important one. Okay. So they match the public key and private key and authentication happen. Now you'll say, Rajesh, no, 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 I don't want public key, private key, this, that, and all. So I want the password. Yes, that is also possible. I will teach you how to enable it. Okay, so now let's create a key pair. So here I'm giving the name of the key pair, Rajesh, and here key pair you have a two format, PEM and PPK. Now guys, please don't ignore it. Read it everything first time. PEM for SSH, PPK for putty. So if you want to connect the Linux box through the putty, use the download the PPK. If you have planned to use that through SSH command line, open SSH or something like that, use the PEM. So this is depends on you. Now, can you convert PEM to PPK? Yes. Can you convert the PPK to PM? Yes, easily. That's not a problem. So I'll go for PPK because I don't have to convert it and create a key pair. Rajesh one. So done. Now this is the networking, let it be default. Now this one is important. What is this? So here we call it security group. What is a security group then? So security group is basically network firewall. Firewall, you understand that, right? All of you?
Yeah, firewall. We have our latest one is the next generation firewall, right?
Ah, no, 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 not that. Think always simple. Okay, think
Yeah.
simple, not big word. So when you say firewall means in Windows or Linux, have you seen the firewall or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So have you enable some port?
Yeah, they have inbound and outbound rules, so we have to set up for that or anything we
Correct.
want it,
Yes.
and
So let me show
then
you.
we
Yeah.
can write the policy for that custom policy, whatever
Correct.
we want it.
Yeah. See, this is the firewall in Windows. Linux also you'll have it. So the question is this the firewall? No. So guys, here understand this. I'll put it in a very simple way. Uh, you have one firewall in your laptop. That's called OS firewall. Okay, that you can use it to allow or block some traffic from inside to outside or outside to inside. Ingress, out, ingress, egress. We call it. It depends on you. So that's your OS firewall. Okay, you control that. But I don't know how many of you know that there is one firewall which is already also available in your router also. That's called network firewall. Do you know that, anyone? Have you logged into all of your router ever? Home router?
Uh, Basically, we everybody using. I'm telling this useful thing. So everybody is using like a default ID and password, which is company assigned to us. But
Haha, correct,
from the
correct, correct.
from the
Yeah,
security purposes, right? We have to do change their default ID
correct.
and
But
password,
nobody is
and then
bother. Even
nobody,
I have not.
nobody,
Yeah,
yeah, nobody gonna like
yeah.
seen
So guys, in a
attack you or
router
anything
also,
into that.
yeah. So in router also we have a firewall. Okay. So that is called network firewall. So here the one, please mind it here. So now you understood that home firewall, I mean OS firewall and network firewall. Correct now, all of you? Hello?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, great. So the guys here security group is equal to firewall. Mind it. Now the question is which firewall? So this firewall is a network firewall. I repeat, this firewall is network firewall, not the OS level firewall. Because I don't have OS right now. If I have OS, then only I can access that firewall. So this firewall is network level firewall. So now, do you want to create a new one or you want to use the existing one? I want to create a new one. And here new one will be created. Now here which you want, what you want to allow. So by default you have to allow SSH port, which is 2020 22, which is of course. And if you want to allow HTTP HTTPS and all, if you want to do something more, you can do later point of the time also. So I allow the 80 80 443 and 22 port. And here how much storage you need for this instance, 8 GB default, let it be. You can increase decrease whatever, you can add more volumes also, and some advanced settings I'll not go right now. So this is the summary right side. Important is, oh, why I selected T2 large actually. T2, it's a costing, it will cost me high. So T2 micro, this is the one. Okay, so it will charge a little less. So T2 micro, this is summary page, look at this and then launch it, that's all. Nothing great about it.
Raj sir, I have a quick questions for the firewall, right?
Mhm.
So, is there any way we can assign the IP address to the firewall?
I'll tell you that, just give me some time on that. Yeah. So
Okay.
firewall is something like which has a some router has address that's called gateway. So we'll talk about this one later. Okay. So guys, this is the one Linux I created. Can I create one more Windows also? So let me quickly do that. So launch instance. I'm same repeating actually. So this is the Windows. Okay. And then select the Windows, which version is 22 base. Oh my God, 22 has come actually. I was not having that idea. So I'm using 2019. Okay, in my production. So 2022, and you know what, T2 micro will not work because Windows consume lots of CPU and I don't want to struggle during the demo. So I'll go for medium, little costlier, but it's okay. Two T2 medium. Keep here, I'm not going to create it, I'm going to use it the same one which I created last time. And the security groups also, I'm not going to create a new one, I'm going to create a last one, which is this one. Okay, automatically. And the 30 GB is minimum hard disk required for Windows. Advanced, I'm not touching it. I will review right side and launch, that's all. So tell me, was it difficult to create an instance? Yeah.
No, no.
So guys, now we understood that how to create an instance. Now I'll teach you how to log in it. So you know that Linux 22 ports. So here, if you notice that you have to check this out. Even though you don't understand, no need to worry about, but be comfortable. But here you notice here two IP address are there. One is public IP address, one is private IP address. So what is this public and what is a private? So what happens? Let me tell you. So concept is important, okay? And this whole public IP address and private IP address, the whole world is working on that one only. Okay. So this is my home. I'm putting your home always so you will remember this context. This is my home, and there is a one gateway. Gateway means router. Who's having which internet connection you have in India? I'm having right now Airtel, I guess. So this is powered by Airtel. They get the internet here. Okay. So now this is the one of the gateway. Now this is my laptop. Now this is another laptop. Now this laptop has certain IP address. This laptop has certain address IP address. Agree with me? Agree with
Yes.
me? Now this laptop IP address they assigned by the this router bridge. Agree with me?
Yes, that's
Now there's
automatically
a
assigned
my
by the DSCP.
yes, my now my neighbor also is having the internet, and from the same vendor actually Airtel. Okay, same Airtel. They have a same method. Okay. So now tell me one thing. Very simple question I'm asking. You are very good friend here. You are staying in same apartment, same internet. From this laptop, can I connect to this laptop?
Yes, if you allow, like we have what we have. I forget that exact word.
No,
RDP.
no. Can you connect from this laptop to this laptop? Have you tried? Anyone?
We can
Yes.
connect without the ID and password. We can do that.
How can
IP
you do that?
address, ID, and password.
Okay, I'll give you. Okay,
You
no
can do
problem.
this.
I'll
You
I'll
can
give
add
you my
this.
IP address. Please connect. This is my IP address. Okay, if config, na IP config. Na. This is my IP address. Go ahead and connect. I'll give you the password also. What do you think? Username is Rajesh. Password is Rajesh123. Go ahead. Anyone?
So we have to have within that range, you know. We cannot say like
No, so
say if
how? It's not in range.
mhm.
That's what I said. No, this is the different home. This is in different home. This is
Okay.
one network, small network. This is another network. So here, this is AWS. This is your home. You VM is located here. Can you connect? No. Why no? Because
Out of
this
range.
have a different network, though both are getting the same network from Airtel, but Airtel using this router they have created different network, and this is on different network. Scope is local. That means this machine can talk to this machine, 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 but this machine cannot talk to this machine. That's the security is being managed. Otherwise what I will do, you are my neighbor, I will hack your machines, and I'll see what you are doing on your laptop. That's a security, network security, right?
Yes.
So now coming back to the points, what is the two IP address here we have? So private IP address is the real IP address, which is of this here. And public IP address, what happens? If you want this machine to be accessible from anywhere in the world, I repeat, if you want this machine to anywhere in the world, then what you need to do, you need to buy one public IP address from Airtel, public IP address, and now
Yes.
this you will hit to this IP address, and this IP address any traffic assigned, Airtel will airtel will Airtel will configure any traffic received on this IP address forward to here on this internet, and then from here to here. Did you understand that? Airtel will do that. You don't have a capacity to do that.
Once again, I can't understand this
Got it?
one. No, no, no. Once again, explain
Public I,
this one.
public IP address is the IP address given by your hosting provider. Hosting provider in this discussion Airtel. In this discussion AWS. Okay. So
So,
they will
uh,
they will public IP address, scope of this IP address will be worldwide. That means anyone in the whole world can hit to this public IP address. Scope is worldwide. Now Airtel or AWS will configure that stuff for you. Like when you hit to this public IP address, they will forward that request to that your machine IP address, and that is how that whole world is working. Small network, trillions of small network to the WAN, LAN to WAN, and WAN to sorry LAN and then WAN. So this is how it get connected. Port forwarding. Make sense? So here why
Yeah.
they give you the public IP address? This is the free. This is given by AWS. This is the real IP address of instance. This, if you hit, because I am outside somewhere in Bengaluru, sitting in my home, and my VM is somewhere in USA, how can I access? So they gave me one IP address. Who? AWS. It's not a real IP address. They gave me this IP address just to, so me, I can connect to this IP address and this VM which is hosted here, Linux VM. So this is the free. If you stop the instance, they will take this IP address back. If you start the instance, they will give it to you on more additional. If you want to, this IP address, you want to make it static, you have to buy for it, and that's called EIP, Elastic IP. Are you understanding, all of you? That means if you hit to this IP address, it will take the traffic to that place, and ultimately you will reach out to the instance. Make sense, all of you?
yes.
So let me do
So,
hit the IP address. I cannot hit this IP address. I can hit this IP address. So here,
I have a question, Rasa here.
hmm,
So, communication between a private IP address and public IP address for the security purpose, what happened? It does follow the TCP protocol.
network is only on TCP protocol, right? Why you are questioning like that? Do we have any
No,
other model of
no,
this
no. My
TCP?
question is like, so if like pub, so you said like when we have to connect it with a public IP address and then we have to connect it with a private IP address to get the VM, right?
No, no, no. I said simply. Let me put it up
Mm-hmm.
one more image. Simple. This is a AWS, and this is my VM somewhere in the small network. This is my VM. Okay. This is my
Mm-hmm.
small VM. Now this is me outside. This is my head. Now I want to connect it to the this VM, the scope of this VM. I cannot do that. So this is my laptop. So what I have to do? AWS will give me one public IP address which is configured connecting the world with this their data center. So I hit to this, all the traffic they'll transfer to hit this one. Who will do that? Internally AWS is doing. So this is the public IP address. This is the private IP address. I cannot connect this one.
So my question is between that public IP address and private IP address, how it communication happen?
This all are port forwarding. Okay, I'll put it in this way. See, you have to go into the little bit networking concept.
Uh-huh.
Simple. How this internet comes to your home? How? We are getting a little bit off the topic, but you have to go into the fundamental of networking. This is your home. This is a Airtel line. This is your router. How you get the internet? How do
Okay.
so basically what happens? They set up one gateway. Every time you have a gateway. See here, my gateway is this one. So first IP address of your network is gateway, and this is through that they come inside to your network. This is the gateway. Every network have a gateway.
Okay.
Okay, so just offline, take a notes of it. You can ask these questions, uh, offline, and then put in some fundamental networking, how it works and all, and you'll understand that. So right now, simple way, public IP address given by AWS, private IP address is the real IP address you will use. If you're outside, then you will use public IP address. If you are inside, you can use private IP address. Simple. So now, question is, how do we access it? So here, this is the private public IP address. Use the IP address here, and here SSH auth. Okay, it's a putty. Okay, click on the credentials. You will be having the recording, so don't worry about that. Browsing. Where is my key? Actually, here it is. Rajesh PPK, and open. Now, what is my username? So username is click on the connect, and username you will get it. Slow actually, not sure. So username is Ubuntu. See here, Ubuntu. So I'll put it up username Ubuntu, enter, and keys were already given. And now you logged in. This is Ubuntu user. Do whatever you want in this sudo -s. You become root. You want to install some application. Let me quickly do that. apt update. I'm updating the operating system quickly, and then install some Apache or something like that. Done. Now apt install Apache 2. I'm installing Apache 2 just for the demo. You can do literally anything, whatever you want to do in Linux VM. This I am doing in the VM, which is hosted by AWS. And then systemctl start Apache 2, enter. Done. How to access the Apache? So have a public IP address. I cannot access see, internally you can access this private IP address. For example, curl http dap dap here. See, I can access, but from outside you have to use public IP address from home. So public IP address, and this is the one. So this is the way. Now, how do we enable the password? So let me show you that here. What do you need to do? Go to the VI, modify the SSD configuration file, SSHD, this file, remember that it will mean recording, so you can do in the slow. And locate this one option which is called password authentication. No, by default it's no. So I'll make it yes. That means I can use the password now. After this, I'm going to reset the password Ubuntu because I don't know. So being a root Ubuntu password, I'm resetting using password, and password is Rajesh123. Rajesh123. I did it. Can I log in now? So with the password, so let me log in new party session, and here click open. No key I passed it. Username is Ubuntu, password Ubuntu. Okay, sorry, my bad. I missed one step. What was that? So restart the SSD. Systemctl restart SSHD,
H.
and done. Now duplicate Ubuntu, and password is Rajesh123. Enter. Now you are inside it. So this is the way you can enable the password of the Linux VM. You can use the key, you can use the password. Now, how do we access the login? So for the logging the Windows machine, you need to use RDP, remote desktop connection. Okay, protocol. So what to do? So here click on the connect, and here you have to have RDP client, and password I don't know. So get a password using the private key, which is Rajesh. Oh, I made a mistake actually. You know what? So ppk file. See, if you look at this here, connect and go to the RDP client. Here they are required get password, and they say, hey, give me the private key, And private key, if I give it ppk file, will it take, or pm file? Let me try. I have not try ppk from long time. Ppk is a private key also, pm also private key, but the format, I just want to check this. So here Rajesh ppk file, no, so it's not detecting the ppk file. So I was knowing that. So what to do now? So nothing great. We have a putty gen installed in my box. Putty gen, you can download from the internet. And putty gen, putty, all this utility, you need to have it. And then here, this is the putty gen. It's executable. I'll just open up, and using this I will convert it. So here, conversion import key to ppk to say private key pm. Oh no, this is a ppk. Uh, export import key, export OpenSSH key. I think this one. Let me try. Export OpenSSH. Yes, and I'll name it Raju Ban, something like this. And let me check. Now let me check this file. It should take it. I converted, but I have to check this. This format is acceptable or not? No, this is not acceptable. So I have to change the format. Just a second. Hold on. And then let me try. And let me decrypt the password. Okay, so this is the password, you got it here. So what I did, ppk file you can use for putty, but the format is not supported while in Windows, so you have to convert into the ppk to pm format. How I did it, it will be in the recording, and after that rename the file and then use it. So this is stuff. Now what to do? So this is the username which is here, and this is the password. Now guys, where is the, I'll just note it down. And my system is slowing. I mean, my audio is okay, all of you? I mean, it's not breaking, right? Okay. I'm audible, right?
Yes.
All of you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now guys, I'm going to do the RDP, remote desktop connection. Here it is. Let me close. So what is IP address? I must IP address public one. This is the one. So guys, here I try. It's not connecting actually. Why? Any idea, guys? Any idea? All of you?
Yeah. You are connecting from your computer to the VM in AWS Cloud, right?
But I'm trying IP address. Fundamentally, I should connect IP address, right? Public IP
Uh-huh.
address.
You
What
try to
could do the
connect
region?
with that.
So
So
guys, you,
IP
huh,
address provided by AWS, so which is trying to connect you from your desktop. So after that, you're gonna get the services which is hosted on the personal IP, private IP address.
but the question was why I'm not able to access it. So guys,
You
you
don't have
forgot that
ID and
stuff.
password.
See, in front of you, I'm doing it, right?
Hmm.
Security
Here I
group,
said,
security
huh?
group,
Hello?
security group, can you see?
Security
Unblocking any
group,
security
yes.
group.
So which is the port for Windows? You tell me.
RDP,
It.
RDP port, anyone quickly tell me? What is the SSH port? I told you 22. HTTP port 80. HTTPS port 443. What is RDP port?
389.
All 389.
3389, something like that, right? So here
All
I'll
three.
go to security groups, and here this is the security groups which is been used, and here I open 80, 22 and 443, which you see that here 20, 80, 443, but I forgot to open the RDP port. So what I'll do, inbound, outbound, only inbound, edit inbound rules, add these rules, add rule, and locate the RDP here somewhere. Here 3389, apply from everywhere, and then save it. So please
Hmm.
remember that many people struggle whole day saying that Rajesh, I did everything as you said, you showed me everything, but they missed the security grip rules, and because of that they are not able to connect from home. So now you see that it has prompted username and the password. I will give this username and the password which is I generated earlier, and then logged in. Now I don't think so I should teach you what to do with Windows VM. So now it's logged in. Just wait for it. This is your Windows. Understood, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
So now what I
Simple,
Yes.
we
I
can
told you.
say access the computer, right?
Huh? Yeah. So now what I have told you, I told you what is AWS, what are the major services they have it. We call it a model, service model. Then we discuss about how do we get started, how to register. Then once you register, after that, which region to work, you have to decide. And after that, you have to go for the compute services, which is the fundamental services of AWS. And then I taught you how to create a VM, Linux VM, and then Windows VM. And then I taught you how to log in Linux VM and Windows VM, and then work and do whatever you want. I don't think so I should tell you what you need to do here. Okay, so now guys, mind it here, because this IP address is temporary. So if you reboot this machine, IP address, public IP address will remain same. If you stop and start, they will give you the new IP address. If you terminate, if you stop it, you have a instance stored with you. You will not be paying for compute, but you will be paying only for storage. But if you terminate, you
How
lose everything.
how to make persistent IP address?
EIP, you have to buy this EIP, elastic IP address. Here, let me show you. So here you can click and allocate new IP address. Just the moment you click, you'll get one new IP address. This you will be paying all the time, whether you use it or not use it. But you know what? If you have EIP, elastic IP address, and then if you attach to this instance, the one which is, let's say, Linux, then this will be replaced with that EIP, and then this IP will become a free. EIP will become free. In a simple way, if I say EIP is free as long as you are using it. If you are not using it with the VMs, then you'll be paid. Why? Because AWS say either you pay for IP or either you pay for VMs. One of this thing you have to pay for it. Make sense?
Can you show how to make persistent EIP?
Hello?
Can you can show how to make persistent EIP? EIP.
Okay, so that's what I said. You have to release it. If I release it, it'll cost me around 500 rupees. You want me to do that?
Um, if you can, otherwise if you're not
Okay.
bothered about the money.
Send 500 to Russell.
See, there's a
Yes,
one
sir.
IP address allocated. So I got the new IP address here. This is the one. Now what I'll do, I'll just select this one IP address. Remember 18, okay? Attached to associate EIP to where? The instance which I created. Which one? Linux. Here, this is the Linux and associate. That's all. That's what I said verbally last time. But now you go to 18. Remember the 18. Now this IP address will become 18. Refresh this and Linux. See that. Now this is the permanent IP address. No matter how many times you stop, start, restart, or whatever you do, it's a permanent IP address. Let me remind you, if this IP address you are running, using it, it'll be free. If you're not using it, it'll become a paid. Mind it. Make sense, all of you?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now let it run this IP address for some time more. I need this instance for a few things. Any other questions, guys?
This public address which
Suppose
is
if I don't have the public IP address, how can I do the updates on Linux machine?
If you don't have a public IP address, that means you have selected no, do not assign the public IP address. In that case, you will not be able to connect from outside of the network. That means if you have this box, this VM, this VM, this VM, if you are inside here, you can connect here, here, here using private IP address, but not from here, outside. Make sense?
What if I got the Ashton house, okay, inside our
You got?
EC2 instance? If I got a DevOps server,
Your
I can
voice is
connect
breaking
it
for
to.
me. I'm not sure what about others. I think
yeah,
Yusuf,
it
your
is
voice is breaking.
breaking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lagging your voice. So can you come up with your
Okay.
question?
Any other questions, guys?
One question: this public address, if we do not use, do we need to pay? It should
Pay
be the
for, yeah.
other
That's
way.
what I'm repeating multiple times. Public IP address is sorry, my bad. EIP is paid. Public IP address they give it to you free. If you're not use, if you stop the instance, they will release it. Actually, that's what I said. They will release it, and once you start again after some time the VM, they'll give you the new public IP address, which is again free. So in a simple way, if you are using that IP address, if you're using the VM, it's free, and if you're not using it, that means they will take it that back. So it's not paid.
Okay.
Same time, but if you attach the EIP, so EIP when you are using it, it's a free. When you are not using it, it's become a paid.
Paid
When you say
to
using
someone else who is using it, or for us?
EC2 instance, EC2 instance, you can use the
Issue
IP
to
address with a EC2 instance of virtual machines.
Okay.
Okay, guys,
Can you
any
hear me
other
now?
questions?
Can you hear me
Yes,
now better?
your voice is coming for sure, but it's lagging in between.
Okay, it might be the latency issue now at the moment.
Okay,
So here is the questions, Raster. So we are hosting the some of the PM in the private network, right? Any
mhm.
machines over there? Let's say we have something getting update in the Linux machine or
Mhm.
Windows machine. So how do you update that thing? So that's the one of our friends who
Update will
observed
be a
before that
process for
question.
the normal process. No, I just did an update, apt update, Windows update. So it's an internal process. They'll have each
Okay.
VMs will have an internet, and they will get it from the update central, and they'll update it. This internal process, just like your laptop updated, same way that VMs will get updated also.
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.